Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Kobe and this is SkyTech Digital. Now we are in the third phase of creating a music website, and in this tutorial we're going to create a contact form just like this one over here. So if you haven't watched the previous video, now on the previous video we created a whole music website, okay, just like this one over here, which is called the music blog. We did a whole lot of designing for this particular website, okay. And then the next one that we did was to also customize all parts of the website, and then also turn the website into a dark mode, okay. That it was the second tutorial. Now with this tutorial we are going to we're going to create a contact page, okay. So on the first tutorial we did create this home page over here, and then the second tutorial we added all our customizations that we wanted to add. And then also what we did was to also change this WordPress website into a dark mode, so you can toggle around from daytime to night time, okay. So as you can see over here, you can just toggle around it, okay. So just click over here, and then it will change from the daytime to the night mode for you, okay, as you can see over here. Now this second tutorial we're gonna create this page over here, okay. I'm going to show you how you can be able to create this amazing page over here. So this is a contact form, okay. So it is very simple. We're going to do it step by step. We're going to use Elemental, and then make sure that you have essential add-ons for Elemental also installed, and then also contact form 7 installed, okay. These are the plugins that we're gonna use. So we're gonna go to our dashboard, and then go to pages, and then from pages we're going to go to contact. Now remember that we created this contact page. If you don't know how to create a page, just click on add, you name the page as contact, and then you're going to have a page just like this one that we also have, okay. Just click on add new, create, just give a name for your page, and then publish the page, okay. But make sure that you change the page template to full width over here, okay. And then you're gonna have this one that we also have. Now aside this one, how can we make this page like this, okay? Now it's also very simple. Now we're going to use Elementor to do it. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on edit with Elementor over here. We're going to click on edit with Elementor, and then use Elementor to design our page, okay. So let's hold on for Elementor to finish loading, and then we go on to start designing our page. Okay guys, so for those of you who don't know Elementor, this is Elementor, okay. Now with Elementor, using Elementor to design a WordPress page, it's also very simple. It's just drag an element or a widget over here to this place, and then you are good to go, okay. So if I want to write a heading, I just drag a heading widget over here. If I want an image, I just drag an image widget over here. If I want a button, I just drag a button widget over here. If I want a video, I just drag a video widget over here, and that is it, okay. So we're going to design our website. Now before we start designing the website, we need to create how do you call it, we need to create a form with a form builder that we installed. That is how do you call it, just like this one over here, there is a form, okay. So as you can see, this is a form, okay. Now we need the form builder, that is contact form 7, okay. So remember that for those of you who are new, make sure you install contact form 7, because for us who are continuing with this tutorial, we have already installed contact form 7. But I just want you guys to also follow along. If you are just here for learning how to create a contact form, make sure you install contact form 7, okay. So this is contact form 7. Now go to plugins over here, click on add new, and then search for contact form 7, okay. Just search for contact form, or you can just type in contact, okay. And then you're gonna see contact form 7 over here. So as you can see, this one is what we are using. So make sure that you install it. Now, of course, you can use what you can use WP forms. It is also very one of the good forms over there. Now this one is so easy whenever you are using it to create what website, and this one is also very easy to use. As you can see, this and this one have what 5 million active installations, okay, which is very good. So we're going to use the contact form 7. So to do that, we're going to go to contacts over here, and then we're going to go to contact forms. Now let's see if we have what contacts already created contact form. So as you can see over here, the contact form 7 already have what a new contact form for us, okay. But then of course we can click on what add new to add our own what contact form, okay. Now with this contact form, it use what shortcodes and other stuff to be able to what use in what in creating the contact form. So as you can see, these are all the things that you can use, okay. So if you want a radio button, you can just click on it, and then the the shortcode will drop over here for you, okay. If you want acceptance, it will drop. If you want a quiz, it will also anything that you want, you drop. But then we just want a simple contact form, okay. So as you can see over here, what does it have? We have what a name, email, subject, and then what your message, okay. So let's see over here, your name, email, subject, and then what your message, and then the button. So this is exactly what we want. So we're gonna name this one what contact. We're gonna just call it contact, okay, and then we will save it, okay. So of course, in creating this form, you need the mailing and then messages and all those things. You can go through this is the form itself. Now after creating the form, you need the mail. Make sure that the mail that you are using, okay, your admin email is hosted by the same domain over here, okay. If it is not, it's going to give you a problem, okay. If you are using a Gmail and as your admin, sometimes you will not even receive your your email, okay. So make sure that you have a custom made email just for your domain as the admin email, and it will work perfectly. And then also these are the messages, okay. So all messages, if sender's message was sent successfully, what message do you want it to send? Sender's message field, what message, all those things you can customize it as you want it over here. And then some additional settings also over here, okay. So basically that is it. So now that we have this one set up, we have our contact set up. Now what we need to do is go to the page that we are creating, okay. I'm going to refresh it so that our contact form that we created can be can be embedded or integrated into the editing side that we are doing. Now this is English, I don't know where this English even came from, but I'm using it. If you like it or not, I'm using it. Okay guys, so now that we've refreshed our page, now what do we have to do? We have to start creating the page just like this one. Now as you can see over here, this one have a small hero section over here. So that is exactly what we're going to do. So we come over here, we click over here, and then we use the one column section over here, okay. So we're gonna use this one column section just like this one. Now we're gonna change the layout to full width, okay, and then we come to height over here, we change it to minimum height, okay. Now remember that the whatever we are doing is in dark mode already, okay. So don't try to change certain things. Now if you are confused about it, you can click over here so that your page changes to the normal mode for you, okay, so that you use it to edit, okay. So let's go here. So we are on the normal mode over here. So now what we want to do is we want to let me go back to this place. We want to give a background over here, okay. So what we will do is we will go to style over here, and then we try to style the session, okay. So with the background type, we're going to go for classic, and then we insert a background in it. Now we want to choose let me just choose this one as my background, okay. And then I'm going to position it to center, I'll make it what let me see how this one works. So if you look at it, this one is what fixed. Okay, so that is exactly what we're gonna do. So attachment, I'm gonna make it to a fixed, and then with the repeat, I'm gonna say no repeat, and then with the size, I'm gonna give it to a cover. Okay, yeah. So this how is what is supposed to work, and I'm gonna give it to a background overlay. So I'm going to give it a little bit of a darker background with overlay. Okay, so we'll give it a classic type, which is this one, and then we're going to give it what this overlay, darker overlay. Okay, so we can increase the opacity a little bit to, let's say 7. Okay, 7 is okay. Now that we have this one done, now what are we supposed to do? We're going to click on this grip icon over here, and then I'm going to drag in a heading widget over here, and then as you can see with the heading, what does it say over here? It says what, send us what, a message. Okay, so I'm gonna just copy this one, or you can type in whatever you want to type in, but I'm gonna use exactly what I'm using over here, and then I'm gonna position it in the middle. Now go to style over here, and then I'll change the color to white. Okay, I'm going to change the color to white. I'll change the typography to Montserrat because that is what I've been using throughout the website. So I'm going to select Montserrat over here, and then I'll change the size of the text to, let's say, 45. Okay, so send us the messages. Okay, now the next one that we want to do is what, to let me see, yeah, to bring in our form. Okay, so you're gonna bring in this, also like how do you call it, one column session over here. Okay, so we're gonna bring a one column session over. Of course you can bring in any kind of session that you want, but I'm gonna use this one column with session over here. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drag in, or I'm gonna just go over here to the grep icon, click on the grep icon, and then I'm gonna search for contact. Okay, so as you can see, we have different kinds of contact over here. Now what I'm using is the contact from 7. So I'll drag in contact from 7 over here, and then what it's telling me to do is to select the contact from. Now remember, we created this contact. Okay, so that is what we're going to select over here. Okay, so guys, as you can see, this is exactly what we have over here. Okay, so you can decide to enable the form title, enable form description, or disable or enable all the the labels. So if I don't want the labels, I can put it off. Okay, so as you can see, it goes off. I can bring it to back. Okay, and that is it. Now if I go to the style over here, I can style it anyhow I want it. Okay, so I can position it in the center over here, and then just do anything that I want to do. Okay, so I want to make it the default, and then with the form width and all those things, you can play around everything that you see over here. Okay, but first what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this 6 dots over here, and then I'll go towards the advanced, and then go to change the margin. Okay, I'm going to give it to a top and bottom margin of 1990. Now let me go over here and then see. So this is how my form it's gonna be like. Okay, now of course I can also give it some padding around it. So let's say I want to give it right padding of, let's say 50, and then left padding of 50. Okay, yeah, so I'm gonna have something like this. Okay, now of course I can still do a lot about it. Okay, so let's say instead of 50, I'm gonna give it to 150, and then over here also 150. So it's gonna shrink to something like this. Okay, and I think it's quite okay for me. And then I'm good to go. So I can click on update over here. Now you can do so many things about the form. You can play around it, do a lot of things about the form. Okay, But I'm not going to worry too much about how to design the form and all those things. You can even, play around the button. Okay, so whatever that you want to do with the button, you can, let's click over here, and then when you go to style, you can play around it. Okay, so as you can see, the submit button over here, you can do a whole lot of things about it. Okay, you can, increase the widget, the width of the button, make a whole lot of things about it, but I'm not going to touch about it. I just want to show you how you can be able to create this one. Okay, now the next part that we're going to create is this part over here. Okay, so with this part also, it's also very simple, very simple to do. Now of course, if you look at it, it's also very simple. You just click over here, add let me see, this one says what? Yeah, so what we're going to do is we're going to add this one column over here. Okay, and then what we are going to do is we're going to make it what? We're going to make it full width over here. Okay, and then we're going to make it to the minimum height. Okay, now that we have this one done, now what are we supposed to do? We go to the style over here, and then we give it we give it a classic background, and then we choose an image for it. Okay, so let's say we're going to choose any image. Okay, just any image. So let's say we're going to choose this image for it. You can drag in any image that you want, and then we position it center. We go to make it fixed. We say no repeat, and then we say cover. Okay, so we have something like this. Now if you go over here, it is also similar. Okay, so something like this. Now we're gonna bring in our title over here. Okay, so what we're going to do is we will okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to click on this grip icon over here. Okay, that's exactly what we're gonna do, and then we search for heading. Okay, so just type in heading over here, and then you see different kinds of heading. Now choose the heading that you want. Okay, so either this or that. Okay, so choose any heading. So let's say I want to choose this kind of heading. Okay, so we see how it behaves. Now this is the heading that we choose. Now if you look at this one over here, it's similar to this heading. Okay, so that is how we're gonna choose it, select it. Now you can type in anything that you want to type in over here. Okay, so of course, if you want to place emphasis on the report, make sure that you put this curly bracket beside it, two curly bracket beside it, and then place the emphasis on whatever you want to place emphasis on. But as you can see, this one says follow us on social media. So that's exactly what I'm going to paste over here. Follow us on social media. Okay, and then I don't want, there's nothing to do over here. Now what I will go is I'll go to style over here, put it in the middle. Okay, just place it in the middle like this, so as you can see, and I'll go to title over here, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the color to white. Okay, because I want all to be white. Okay, now you cannot see it well because we did not give this background an overlay. But if we click on this grip icon over here, and then we go to background overlay over here, and then we give the background overlay of classic background, and then we choose a color for it. Let's say a dark color over here. You're gonna see it. Okay, you're gonna see it well. So we just need to increase the opacity to, let's say, 7. Okay, 0.7, and then everything will be perfect for you. So as you can see, the words written on it. So I'm going to click on this pencil icon and go back, and then we'll start styling the heading. Okay, so with the typography, I'm going to choose this one and change it to the Montserrat that I'm using. Okay, so I'm using the Montserrat. Okay, this one over here, and then I can increase it to, let's say, 35. Okay, so this one is quite okay for me. Now with the the separator over here, now of course you can choose the color and other stuff that you want. So with the color, I'm going to choose my global color. So I'm going to select over here and choose this global color for the separator. Okay, so of course I can I can click over here to remove, unlink the padding, and then give it what, a -20. Okay, so that it goes a little bit on top. Okay, so that is what that is. And then I can also increase the width a little bit. Okay, so it depends on how you want it. Okay, so basically I think this one is what quite okay for me, and all what I need to do is to click on what, update. Okay, so now I have my social media set up. Now what do I do now? Now I need to what, have this thing also done. Okay, so how do I do it now? Of course I can go click on this grip icon and then drag in an inner session. Okay, so I'm going to drag in this inner session, position it underneath this one over here. So I'm gonna have two sessions over here, two columns on, and then this session over here. Okay, now let me look at this one, and then you see that we can use an icon box. Okay, so what I'm gonna use I'm gonna use an icon box. So I'm gonna go to this grip icon over here and then search for what, box, or you can also search for icon. Okay, so you can use an icon box. So as you can see, an icon box, any of the icon box you can use, so either image box or icon box. So I'm going to use this icon box and put it over here. So I'm going to have something like this. Okay, now the first icon is what, is Facebook, right? Let me go over there. Facebook, yeah, the first icon is Facebook. Okay, so I can choose Facebook as the icon. Okay, so I'm gonna select this one because that is exactly what they used. So, and then I'll write what, Facebook. Okay, and then over here I'll write my what, my Facebook user name, which is let's say music blog. Okay, so that is what exactly what my Facebook username is. Okay, so I'll choose maybe music what, blog. Okay, so I'll go to style and then I'm going to style it. I'll click over here and then change the icon to what, to white. Okay, and then with the content also I can make it any way I want it. So the heading also I'm going to change it to what, to white. Okay, and then let's look at how it appears over here. It says what, yeah, so basically exactly like this. And then over here also what I will do is the typography, I can what, change it to the Montserrat that I'm using. Okay, so change it to Montserrat. Okay, and then with this one I can make it either 18 or let's say 22. Okay, yeah, 22 is quite okay. Okay, and then with the music block you can what, decide to what, just increase the whitish a little bit. Okay, yeah, so I think this one is quite okay. Now as you can see over here, if you hover on it, okay, there is some kind of like a shadow over there. Okay, yeah, and that is exactly what we want this one also to also have. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna click over here. Okay, I'm gonna click over here and then I'm gonna go to advanced over here, and then I'm gonna create a margin around it. So I'm gonna say, let's say 50. Okay, so if I create 50% margin, it is also not good. Now what if we create, let's say 20 pixel of what, okay, so 20 is also not bad, but let's say this one over here. Okay, so let me see. Yeah, okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna give it 40 padding, and then 20 margin. Okay, so 40 padding, 20 margin, and then we go over here and then we give it what advance over here. We give it, the padding. We unlink all the padding, then we give it a top padding of 20, or let's say 40. Okay, and then a bottom padding of also what 40. Okay, so it's gonna be something like this. Okay, now we can what we can go to the style over here. Now we can go to style advanced over here. Okay, and then with the border over here, we can click on the border over here, and then we can give it to what border radius of solid. Okay, and then give it let's say 2. Okay, and then the border radius over here, we're gonna give it 20. Okay, so with a color, we choose what our global color, which is this one. So it's gonna be something like this. Okay, so now that we have something like this, what else do we do? Now we have a box shadow over here. Just click on it. Okay, so you can get a little bit of shadow. Now of course we can decide to what do not give it the shadow, but rather when we hover on it over here, it should have what a box with shadow for us. Okay, now we can increase the opacity of the shadow a little bit. Okay, so that when somebody hover on it, and then also increase the blur. Okay, so when somebody hover on it, it's gonna have that kind of shadow. So you can give it to it a little bit of a white kind of like shadow. Okay, so as you can see, when somebody hover on it, you see that shadow, white shadow. Okay, and that's exactly what we want. So let's make it, yeah. So this is quite okay. So as you can see, the shadow what appears. Okay, so now that we have the Facebook done, now all what we need to do is what just duplicate this page, this column. Okay, so I'm going to click over here and then say duplicate. Okay, now I have 3. Now of course you can decide to have 3. Okay, but this one says what 1 2 3 4, so they have only 4. So of course if you have more social icons, you can decide to make it more. Okay, so I'm going to delete this one, and then all what I need to do is also duplicate this one. Then I'm going to have 4 at a go. Okay, so guys, as you can see, I have 4. So what do I need to do? Or what I need to do is just change some few things. Okay, so here I'm going to click over here, go to this place, click email. Okay, choose this one. Okay, for it, now change this one to email. Okay, and then give the email address that I want. Okay, so let's say admin@musicblog.com. okay, that is it. Go to this side also. What do we have over here? We have Instagram, and then we have WhatsApp. Okay, so with the Instagram, what are we going to do? We just write Instagram. Okay, go over here, change this one to Instagram, click on the Instagram icon, change it. Okay, and then maybe our Instagram is the same thing, and then this one is WhatsApp. Okay, so with the WhatsApp, go over here, look for WhatsApp, change click on it to change the icon, and then change this one to WhatsApp, and then put in your WhatsApp number over here. Okay, so put in your WhatsApp number over here, and then you are good to go. So guys, as you can see, we have we've really done our contact page very nicely. Now all what we need to do is just click on this icon over here and give it some top and down padding. Okay, so I'm going to give it a top padding of 90, a bottom padding of 90. Okay, and then I'm going to click on update over here, and then I can go ahead and then view the page. So guys, as you can see, this is how the page looks like. Okay, yeah, very nicely done. Okay, now I can toggle to the dark mode and see how it also looks like. Now if you look at it, it is similar to what we have over here. Okay, so that is exactly how you can create contact page for any website that you want, just like this one over here. Okay, so thank you for watching this video, and hope you like this music website and this contact page that we created. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Bye bye.